When I started my guiding career a long time ago, I was lucky to get in with the Shimano family first, actually. You know, I met Toyo Shimano, and we got to be buddies, and, you know, he brought the family down, and we fished right there in Key West Harbor. Through that association that I became a field tester for Shimano, and, you know, we really tested a tremendous amount of tackle some 25, 26 years ago in Key West Harbor, fishing for tarpon in Key West Harbor. And to me, it's interesting that all those years, boats have evolved, tackle has evolved, people have gotten older, but those tarpon are still right there in the harbor. And we fish for them almost exactly the same way. So over the years, for me, that area around the harbor and Northwest Channel, immediately west of Key West, has been kind of the proving ground. So we always go back to that same proving ground where, you know, the fish are big enough to really put the tackle to the test that we need it to go through, to actually test the equipment and see if it'll hold up to the rigors of that type of fishing.
These rods, you know, for the event,
yeah,
from China straight to the West and arrived on Friday.
They went straight from China to Key West.
Straight from China to Key West. I'm on like FedEx.com tracking system, just sweating bullets.
Oh my God.
Because it's like a make or break kind of deal. If we don't have the rods, then the fishing's not so good. Having the opportunity to be the product manager for Shimano has just been incredible. I get to take all these dreams, all these things up in my head, and I have the opportunity, or I get to make them, you know, I get to make it. It's so much fun just watching that process go through from start to finish and just making really cool stuff. I mean, when you first started tarpon fishing, what, like 60 years ago? I mean, the gear was probably real big, right? Like linen lines and all that stuff?
It wasn't 60 years, and it wasn't linen line, but it was thick, man. It was heavy. Yeah. Beastmaster rods, right? Big fiberglass rods, big reels,
big gear.
You know, big huge spinners, or the, you know, the larger TLDs, and you know that ever since braided line came onto the scene, everything has changed.
Changed big time.
Yeah. Everything has gotten stronger, thinner, lighter, more powerful.
More powerful.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Maybe.
Wrong.
Man, winding in a bunch. Look at them. Whoa! I can't believe how much line you wound in before that came tight. What is that, the 7.2? 7.2 foot rod?
This is an 8. This is an
8
footer, yeah.
Nice. You know, that's funny is you're not fighting. You're using that California technique where you're sticking the rod under your arm and fighting them. You know, with a.
I mean, you can do.
Yeah.
You know, this too.
Right.
It's kind of one of the things we were doing when we were working on these rods, was to make it actually comfortable
to fish under the arm.
To fish underneath the arm.
Wee-hoo-hoo! That's amazing, bro. That fish is what, like 60, 70? And
Probably.
You stopped him?
Yeah.
That's pretty impressive. Right in the corner of the mouth.
Perfect.
Look at that, huh? All right, back up a little bit, bro. Back up. Back up. Come here, guy.
You got him?
Yeah. I do. Had him. There he goes. That's good. Goodbye.
Perfect.
I got wet.
Yeah.
My boat got slime. Congratulations,
Thank
brother. You know, that's the first official fish on this new rod, right?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
I am wet and happy. Whoa!
Coming up on the Spanish Fly, the tarpon bite lights up, and the tangled mess threatens to shut down Jose and Robbie's day of fishing.
He's got you. He's got you.
Oh, they got me.
Yeah. Just let it go.
Spanish Fly is brought to you by Shimano, Mercury Marine, the Florida Keys and Key West, come as you are, and by Plano, America's favorite tackle boxes.
The way that those tarpon feed, they're suction feeders. If you look at them, you can tell a lot by, what that fish is going to feed on by looking at it. Right? Look at its face. the jock turns up, the eyes are on top of the head, they're big eyes, so they typically feed at night or early morning, late afternoon. They don't swim into their food and eat it. They kind of come up and open their mouth, flare their gills, and suck that food in. When those fish move into the deeper channels, they tend to come in great big schools, and typically they don't feed very well at first. When they start feeling comfortable, they get into these big schools in the deeper water, and they start staging. Instead of swimming, they're actually holding position in the current and just holding there. And that current is what brings the food to those fish. The least amount of calories expended for the most amount of calories intake. So if the fish can hold position in a current and have the current bring the food to them, they're going to be benefiting from getting an easy meal. And that's why chumming works so well in the harbor, is because that's exactly the scene that's recreated in nature there. You're basically mimicking a natural occurrence. Yeah, it seems like you really need current flow for this fishing to be good.
How far back do you like to set it, you know?
I like to let it go ways.
Pretty ways, so that what I did last time, let it a little further out past that?
I would have, yep.
Okay.
I would have, just a little bit further out. The stronger the current, the further out I let it go. The weaker the current, the less.
There he is. Oh, man.
Almost, huh? It's all right. I like to swing and miss.
Oh, absolutely.
Because I feel that bite is so subtle that if you're not swinging and missing a couple times, you're not
doing your
trying
job.
to feel a soft enough bite. There's a lot of times, as you know, that you just guess, you know, I think it's going out faster.
Yeah.
Wind up.
There he is. That was a bite, though, for sure.
Those tarpon follow, you know, certain migratory routes, and typically what happens in the wintertime, they're out in that deeper water where the waters are more consistent temperature. Whether it's in the Atlantic or far out in the Gulf of Mexico, I think there's different bodies of fish. But the main thing is that they're out in that deep water, far away from shore. As that water starts warming up, it warms up in the shallow waters first, right? The shallow water is more affected by the sun than the deep ocean water. So as that water starts heating up, you know, all the bait fish start moving into shallow water, and then the tarpon start migrating in closer to that shallow water, but they follow a very predictable route. They'll come from the open water to some of the deepest channels, like Northwest Channel, and then into the bigger, deeper basins like Key West Harbor, before they start filtering out into the shallower channels and then finally up into the deeper flats. And it's very predictable. You can count on it. It's springtime, you know, the weather's starting to warm up. You get 5 or 6 or 7 really warm, hot days. You know, those tarpon are going to start filtering in.
There he is.
Nice.
Up next, when the tarpon bite is on, they don't go down without a fight.
You knew he was going to do that, right?
Yeah. How's that taste?
You know what? It tastes sweet. Yeah. It tastes sweet.
To find out everything you wanted to know about the Spanish fly, but were afraid to ask,
Hallelujah, mi amigo!
log on now to SpanishFlyTV.com.
It's so cool, you know, it's all the guides, you know, this is when they're all busy because tarpon fishing gets really good and everybody lines up here in Key West Harbor. You know, it's different than flats fishing. Flats fishing for them is a lot harder. But in here, man, you get the chum, you're out in deeper water. You know, they're not as spooky as they are on the flats, and it gives people who haven't fished a lot a chance to catch a really good quality fish like those tarpon. Throw a little chum in the water, put one of those pieces of bait on your hook, and you're good to go. Key West Harbor is one of those places that is a natural funneling agent, because if you look at the Keys, right, they come from the mainland of Florida south and then they start turning west. And it's really not until you get to the very end of the key chain to Key West where you have Northwest Channel. And Northwest Channel is a very deep, very open channel that goes from the completely open Atlantic Ocean straight through to the completely open Gulf of Mexico with almost no barriers. And so for me, that is like the Tarpon superhighway. So any fish that are migrating along the Atlantic side, they got to come around Key West, around through Northwest Channel. Any fish that are migrating on the Gulf side, they have to come around and go Northwest Channel near Key West. What happens is that that harbor sits right next to the island. It's a very deep water basin, if you will. And so any of the migratory fish that kind of come in from either side tend to stage in some of those deep water basins. When they find a deep water body of water that they feel comfortable in just hanging out for a while, you'll see them. They'll slow down, start rolling, and then they'll start feeding. So just waiting for that line to pick up speed a little bit.
There he is.
Nice. Woo-hoo-hoo!
That's awesome.
Nice, bro.
That is awesome.
Woo-hoo! That's so cool. You're still not going to put the clicker on for me, are you? That's all right. You don't have to. Thank you. Oh, that's it?
Oh,
That's all I get?
there you go.
Whoa!
Yeah.
What contest is on that?
40 main and 60 top shot.
Nice. Whoa!
That was awesome. Boat side jump.
Gotta love that. I mean, really, all kidding aside, that really is impressive.
One more time.
Sure. This is a lot like fun right here, bro. You knew he was gonna do that, right?
Yeah. How's that taste?
You know what? It tastes sweet.
Yeah.
It tastes sweet. It does. He's tired.
Got him hooked.
Almost, Bo. Almost. Come on, get out from under there. Dude, I can't believe how tired this fish is. Mr. Tarpon.
Mr. Tarpon. You gonna pull him up?
I'm gonna just do a quick one. Ready?
Yep. Oh yeah.
That is sweet, bro.
Yeah.
Nice.
Perfect.
Right?
Thank you, Mr. Tarpon. What a fish.
I'd say about a 70, 80 pounder, bro.
Nice.
Right?
Thanks, big guy.
Little big guy.
All right.
Mr. Robbie.
Thank you.
Well done, buddy.
Thank you.
Well done. Tell me that doesn't feel good.
It's the best.
That's so
it's
cool.
the best.
That is so cool.
When we return,
Uh-oh.
it's too close for comfort as Robbie and Jose try to divert a disastrous situation.
I'm in his prop.
Huh?
I'm in his prop.
He's got you. He's got you.
Oh, they got me.
We're gonna have to go chase this thing. Dang it.
Spanish Fly is brought to you by Ray Marine, world leaders in marine electronics. Costa Sunglasses, see what's out there. And by Power Pro. This week's Plano Saltwater Tackle Box is brought to you by Plano Tackle Systems. Plano, America's favorite tackle boxes.
Robbie, you know, the way we've done these things, for the most part, with this braided line to mono connection and stuff, is, you know, by tying a bimini, which is right here, right? And then, you know, that knot.
Yep.
Right? But the problem with that is that knot always like clunks in the guides and stuff.
Stuck in the tip.
Stuck in the tip, and so you're telling me that you have a smoother connection?
Smoother connection. I'll show you our knotless splice.
And this is with that hollow ace line, right?
Yeah.
It's not with the regular braided
Yeah,
line.
it has to be with the hollow ace. So I'm
Okay.
going to take this little needle. Now this is called a latch needle. And you serve this.
With the pointy end, not the latch end, huh?
Yeah, the pointy end first.
Got it. Basically, you're just going down the center of that line.
Yeah, so it just kind of shoots through. That's
So the latch end is towards the standing end.
towards the standing end. So
Got
I'm
it.
going to go ahead and feed this down to just covering up the needle.
Uh-huh.
So I'm going to open up my latch.
Right.
Take this piece.
Right.
And you're just laying it inside the latch.
Oh, that's so weird.
Okay,
So you take the standing end, you make a loop from the standing
yeah.
end. Okay.
And then, so I got about, yay long. I'm gonna go ahead and pull it out.
Okay.
And then I'm just gonna go ahead and take all that through. So there's our piece, right?
Right.
That we whipped. And then all you're doing is just taking this and kind of massaging it back up. And now it's folding on top of, it's like reversing itself
right.
on top of itself. So now we've got our loop.
Basically, that line is going back in through the middle.
Through the middle.
Through the middle of this, and then
whip
coming
it
out.
all the way up to the top. Now it's coming out. Now to make it 100%, what we're gonna do is I'm gonna go back in the main line, and I'm gonna serve this piece back into that main line.
So the pointy end is going to go, of the needle is going to go towards the standing.
Towards the standing line.
Got it.
Yeah, you just pull it out. Take my little cutters. Cut that piece out. Then re-massage it back up. Bang.
So cool.
Done. Okay, so now we've got our loop whipped. So now we're going to show you loop-to-loop connection.
Gotcha. This
is one of our, our butterfly jigging, our fluorocarbon wind-down leaders. It's pre-whipped.
Right.
Now you just take this loop here. And it's really simple. Goes through that one.
Right. And around the
open it up, and then just take this, and just dump your whole little spool through. And then you'll see you've got the, the figure eight.
Wow,
that
cool.
figure eight right there, and then we're just going to pull it tight. Almost like not a knot.
Well, the connection is so clean. You can wind it in all the way through the rod guides, all the way up to the hook.
Looks like we got our current back.
Yeah. We might end up having to put a split shot on in a second, but just try it without.
Try.
How y'all doing?
Perfect. Love your show.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.
It's a pretty cool feeling, huh?
Oh, man, you know what? It's pretty sweet, bro.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you think about it, remember when we were growing up, we had our heroes.
Yeah.
And there were guys in the fishing community and stuff, and it's just like, wait.
Yeah.
Huh? The roles have reversed a little bit now. So you always
your hero was Zane Grey?
Oh, that's just hilarious. That's just like, be still, my splitting sides. You just called me old. That's so messed up. You know what? You're not going to catch it. I'm going to stop chumming.
You're going to stop chumming?
Yeah.
I don't want to make Dave sound old, but to me, at the younger age was, at the tackle shows, I would see, Dave, and, and he's a heck of a fisherman.
And now he's president of Shimano, and I really think because he grew up fishing in that industry, how cool is it to be in a position to make tackle for the stuff you love to do? And here we are doing it.
Absolutely. There he is.
Nice.
All right.
There you go. Woohoo! That's awesome. Woohoo!
Oh, he's out there.
He is out there. Well, you get to pull him in against that current. Oh man, he is going nuts. Uh-oh. We might have a...
This guy's got a double.
Uh-oh.
Double in the CV.
Uh-oh. Just pull light here.
Yeah, I'm just kind of keeping
Just pull light, That fish is going like this. That fish is going like this. He's right behind your boat.
I'm in his prop.
Huh?
I'm in his prop.
All right. Back it off. Back it off. Back it off. Not too much.
Where am I at?
He's got you. He's got you.
Oh, they got me.
Yeah. Just let it go.
Clear. Well, I can feel his line for sure.
I'm gonna have to go chase this thing.
Combat fishing.
Dang it.
Hey, Hose, I think we're clear.
We are?
Maybe.
What's he doing?
He's just sitting straight behind the boat. I think those guys got over the top.
You feel anything rubbing?
No, not anymore.
You sure, huh?
Nah, no.
I think you're rubbing, bro.
I'm rubbing right now.
Yeah.
I felt it.
Yeah.
We're rubbing.
Talk to me, bro.
Straight back.
Tell me if I'm going too fast, all right?
You're good.
Can you tell an angle where that fish is?
I mean, we gotta be clear.
I would think, bro. That fish is straight behind the boat now, right?
Yep. Dogging me.
Dogging you, all right. That's all good.
You're being nice about it. Normally it's, wind faster, pull harder.
You know, those rods are so good. that they make even you a good fisherman.
Thanks.
For Robbie and I, it's not like going to a store and going, oh, look at this rod, look at how cool this is. Think about it. You've worked on a project for probably 5 years. It's a much more involved process. So when you get your toy, you know, you really appreciate it because you know where it came from. It's like your baby. It's like, you know, you thought about it, you know, you figured, you know, how it was going to bend, you thought of all the different fish that you were going to catch on it, and then when you finally bring a fish to the boat with this thing, the fish is almost secondary. The fact that it works and all those hours and years of getting to this point, there it is right there sitting in the water, and that's what it was all about, you know, putting these two elements together. Isla Contoy is a national monument that sits off the coast of Mexico's Yucatan Peninsula. We took a break from fishing and came to the island to visit the museum, take a look around, but mostly we came to get some local knowledge of the area. The research netters there told us about a place north of the island that they were seeing a large concentration of manta ray. We took off in search because traditionally areas that support planktonic feeders like manta rays and whale sharks usually have large schools of bait fish. It took us a while to find them, but when we got there, we saw that the manta rays were actually up on the surface feeding. When we jumped in the water, we saw that not only were the rays feeding, but the bait fish were using the rays for protection. And because they feed on the same stuff, the bait fish were using the turbulence created by the ray as a sort of a moving feeding station. The observation being that if there was that many manta rays and that much bait fish feeding together, there must be a tremendous amount of nutrients and plankton to support that area of life. The following day we went fishing just offshore, but right next to the area of life where the mantas were feeding, and sure enough there were big schools of sardines, and all around the sardines were wolf packs of sailfish.